Welcome back. On RealCopStoriesVideos.com, 355 stories. Enjoy them all. They're patrol, narcotics, vice. Have a good time with those. Now we're going to another thing here. Ask me questions. So email me a question if you want on rsbcopstories@gmail.com. Here's one of the questions that came in.
How was it working with a female partner?
Okay, I have 3 stories here. Okay, and we'll separate each. We'll do each one. Okay, here's the first one. Obviously, back in the 70s now, I remember there wasn't that many female police officers that were being hired. They weren't aggressively pursuing them. It took a while to get the females to come on the department because of just because everybody thought it was, and not that it is now a manly job, but sometimes you need beef on the hoof. You know, you need men that can grab people and all that. But we found that females took up a huge slack of a lot of things that we can't do. Obviously talk to half of our victims are females. So rape victims, assault victims, abused women, all kinds. And you need a lady's touch so women will open themselves up to them and talk and tell them what happened. And also, you just need to be diversified. Our department, all departments need to represent. Getting on a sidetrack here, represent the community. If you have several races in the community, then the police department should reflect that. And it took a long time, and our department has. It's evolving now. There's all kinds of nationalities in there. I mean, they have Indians now, from India. They have all kinds of people, which is great. Armenians and a lot of different types of Asians. They're Chinese and Koreans and Vietnamese, which is fantastic. For the families of these guys, are police officers and women. Oh my gosh, it's proud to do a job like that. Just like going in the military. So okay, so now back up to, I can give you the year. Okay, it was 1982. Okay, and I'm working a gang unit in uniform, and I'm not going to brag. I don't brag. I just tell you the facts. We had 5 2-person units, okay, every night to work, and the whole time I got there, because I had previous gang experience, I was the top producer with my partner. We always did the most arrests. We did the most foot pursuits. We chased more people. Because we were A officers, and we wanted to go out there and put a dent in crime. And we always felt, like I told you before in my stories, if we arrest a gang member one night and got a gun, okay, or even without a gun, just a gang member, an ex-con or whatever, that night, that guy would not commit a crime or crimes. So the public was served that night. So if you have 2 or 3 officers, 2 or 3 units making 4 or 5 arrests a night, that's 4 or 5 crimes that are not going to be committed. Because they're going to commit crimes. They're going to go out there and steal and rob, and some of them rape and all sorts of stuff. So we always said, our joke was that we're going to give this, when we arrested people on the weekend, Fridays was nice, because we'd say, we're giving them life sentence in prison a weekend at a time. That was a running joke, because they can't get out till Monday. They're going to have any bail. They don't have any bail money. They're just poor. They're criminals. They don't have any money. Okay, so now, I'm a top producer, top dog. I get my choice of any partner I want, because I'm the top producer, and when I became a supervisor, you cherish your top producers, because they're the ones that are set the tone. Other officers want to be like them, and it's kind of a self-fulfilling thing there, because guys want to be like them because they get good assignments from their boss, and the other guys want the good assignments, so they start doing more work. So and it worked the other way too. You start getting guys that don't want to work, and it kind of collapsed on itself. So, but my partner and I had a couple of partners, very, very aggressive, very aggressive. And of course, they're all men. There was no women in that unit at all. Okay, so then I come to work one day, and my lieutenant says, "Yeah, I need to talk to you." I go, "Okay." And I was not doing anything wrong, so I had 12 years in the job, so I knew that I did nothing wrong. I was fine. Usually when I was younger, I go, "Oh my gosh, no." I go in a room. He goes, "Is everything all right, boss?" He goes, "Yeah." I said, "Well, I'm going to break you and so up." I go, "Okay." And he looks at me and I go, "What?" You got that little cloud coming over here, like the Snoopy cloud, right? I go, "What?" "Well, we picked up a lady officer." I knew what it was when he said it. I went, "What?" And I know. I go, "You don't say anymore." He goes, "Yeah, we're going to put her with you." I go, "Why?" And here comes it wasn't BS. Again, he was telling the truth. He goes, "You're the most aggressive officer here, but you're also the most personal one, because you can tell by these videos that I tell a good story, and I joke a lot, and I have a good time, and I've got criminals laughing when I put handcuffs on them. I got people, smiling when I arrest them. That's kind of interesting. But so I'm kind of a personable guy. I don't, some of these stories I told you about choking people out, that's very rare. I just like to talk them into jail. It's a lot easier to talk somebody in jail than have to beat them into jail, okay? And usually I only respond to what they did to me. I was just responding to their aggressive actions. Okay, anyway. So we picked you. Wanted to learn. I was also the senior guy there in time on the department. So he said, "You're the senior guy," and I said, "Oh, great." I said, what do we got here? Somebody from Charlie's Angels? Because I was expecting somebody's little, 5 foot, 90 pound little weakling gal that's going to come in here because she wants to look good in uniform and tell her friends I'm a cop and I carry a gun. And that's what I thought I was going to get. He goes, no, you got a gal that's a local college graduate. She's a softball player. We gave her an interview, two sergeants and lieutenant, to come here. She's he didn't say large. He said she's a good-sized lady. What do you mean good size? He goes, no. He says she's like 5'9", 140, nicely proportioned. She also says she works out and all that stuff. She looks like she can take care of herself. I said, okay, well, thanks. At least you got somebody that maybe I don't have to worry about her. No, I don't think I have to worry about her. She had like 6 years on. I had 12 years on. Okay, so I thought, okay, fine. So she had worked the really hot divisions too, which helped. It showed later. I'll tell you later. Hot divisions being divisions that have a lot of activity every night. There's like 4 or 5 in the city that are constantly very, very busy on all kinds of crimes. Hollywood, Rampart, and 3 of the South Los Angeles divisions, hot ones. And she came from one of the South divisions. Okay, I came from one of those too. So anyway, all right. So get a roll call that night. Give out the names, and obviously my partner had been reassigned. And he was told also he didn't like it either because we were pretty tight. Yeah, but they told him the reason why they separated is because we were getting too aggressive, and they were afraid we were going to go out and do some bad things with people. Okay, which we weren't doing bad things. We were just kind of, if the guy's running, we give him a shove so he slams into a wall, stuff like that. You're not supposed to do that, but you end up foot pursuit real fast. If you just trying to grab him, you just give him an extra push. He's already running forward, and all of a sudden he just gets a tumble, and then he hurts himself. Things happen. Anyway, so okay, fine. So we go to roll call, and then they call her name, and they introduce her, and they say, this is so and so, brand new, and everybody waves at her, and all of a sudden she says, okay, and she's working with me, and they all look at me like, really? And I go, oh, she'll be fine. Okay, so. So apparently she had asked around to see, because she found out that she's working with me, so she starts asking around about me. She doesn't know who I am, and she found out that everybody's saying, "Oh man, this guy's rough and tough, man. You better hang on, man." What did Mae West say? Fasten your seatbelt. It's going to be a bumpy ride. Yeah, they said you better fasten your seatbelt. This guy's, because I'm ready to go, man. I'm like one of those. They just had the Churchill Downs. I'm like one of those horses, man. Put me in that stall and I'm ready, man. Hit the bell, I'm out of here. I got no time to sit around and wave at people. I got to go out and get criminals. My job. I loved it. Anyway, so finish roll call. I'm not exactly happy about this, but I thought, you know what? I'm under orders. I'll make it work. Okay, so we go in the car. We start talking about different things, and I said, you're not a recruit, but are you comfortable with carrying a shotgun? And she, oh yeah. So I watched her. She takes a shotgun out. She's loading it. Okay, well, she's been around now. I think, okay, she's got 6 years on. Okay, so far so good. Get in the car. I'm driving, of course, because she's new to the areas that we're going to work. I know I've been here a while. So we drive out of the parking lot, one station way out on the west side, and next to it was a huge parking lot where everybody parked to work at these businesses that were right here, and also they had some courthouses. And at night, in the evening hours, everybody goes home at 4 o'clock. So when we come out, the whole lot's empty. So I pull in there, right out of the station. And she looks at me like, oh, and I go, okay, I'm going to run over a few things here before we get in the street. And she goes, okay. She's like, oh my God, who is this guy? And I go, first of all, we have to have a code. And she knew what that meant. And I explain what a code is. This is interesting. I'm not giving away any secrets here because I don't know if they even do it anymore. Side rail here. Back in the 60s, 2 officers working plain clothes were kidnapped by a couple of murderers and taken out to an onion field in Bakersfield. And one of them was assassinated, one got away, and they caught the criminals, and due to the wonderful justice system, they were given life instead of the death penalty for killing that cop. That's beside the point. But what happened was, when they walked up to a car, these officers, one guy came out and had a gun on the officer, and these officers put their hands up, and the other officer gave up his gun, because prior to that, there had been officers held hostage, and as long as you give your gun up, the crooks would tie the officers up and they'd just leave. Prior to this one. Well, this one, they had bad intentions. As soon as they got the other gun, they cuffed the officers with their own handcuffs, took them out and killed them. Okay, so that changed everything on our department. They said, you will not give up your gun. If you're going to get killed, you get killed right here. And that made sense, okay? There's an old adage, when Mexican, when I grew up, better to be shot standing than on my knees begging, okay? No, you're going to get... So the thing was, with all officers I work with, is that we have a code or a saying, and this is what would happen. You get out of a car, my partner's here, I'm here, and all of a sudden, the crook comes over and he's got a gun pointed at your partner, and you both stand there, okay? Or he get close and does this, The guy has a gun on him, will say, partner, give him your gun. and on the word gun, the guy that has a gun on him, the officer, is going to grab this gun, and the officer that's standing next to him is going to shoot the guy as much as he can. This guy gives the clue because he's taking the risk, and that means go ahead and take him out. And if you get shot, so be it. That was it. That was our little clue. I did it with all my partners. So if you have a gun on you, you say, partner, give him your gun. And when you said the word gun, you make the move, and then you start shooting. Because they're not going to expect that. He's going to think, oh, okay, and then it's over. He's going to be dead. So I said, she goes, yeah, I've done that before. Okay, so this is what we're going to do. So I explained what you, she goes, well, that sounds good to me. Okay, fine. And I go, and another thing. She goes, what? You're my first female partner. She goes, yeah, they told me that. I said, okay, here's the thing. I just want to know where you're coming from. Let me give you one question, if I may. She goes, go ahead. We stop a car tonight. We were getting out of the car, and the guy gets out of the car, and he's got a 2x4. And he starts coming at me with a 2x4. And I'm turned a different, I can't see him. I'm just turned away. Here he comes with a 2x4. What are you going to do? Because I'm going to blow him out of his socks. I said, you'll do well. Let's go. Okay, so I got her mind right. I got her mind thinking, I'm going to shoot these people. Okay, I don't need somebody up here to do their nails and ride around. I'm not being sexist here. I'm being practical. We're not making widgets in a factory. I'm not writing term papers. I'm with an officer, certified, and we're going to go out there and chase gang members. It's dangerous stuff, man. Okay, we're not just handling radio calls. We're looking for gang members, the worst of the worst. This is not just, writing tickets and stuff. We're parking tickets. We're out there, so I got to be made aware of this. Okay, so okay, fine. So we're driving around. I said, let's go get some dopers. We had a corner over there in Hollywood where there was a liquor store and right on the corner, and we would come around out of the alley and just kind of zoom into the parking lot. And they're always dealing marijuana at the time, which was a felony. And then we always jump out and grab them. Okay, I've done that with other partners, and that's almost like a sure thing. Every other night, you can almost make a couple of arrests because there's always dealing there. Okay, she goes, okay, good, sounds good to me. Okay, so you get to a point where you forget you're with a female. You just know you're with your partner. Okay, the difference of the two. So I come around the alley, I swoop around, and sure enough, man, they're like this. They look up, oh, we got that oh shit moment, right? So they run. Okay, well, one guy, we're already out of the car when they see us. We had a plain cardboard in uniform, so we kind of get close to him. So I'm out of the car, and this guy's running, trying to get me in the store. So I just get him at the door, and I grab his shirt, and I pull him back, and I throw him on the ground, and I'm kneeing him in the back, and I'm cuffing him, and I'm thinking, uh-oh, it just hit me. The last thing I saw was her running by me at the other suspect, and it hit me. She's a female. Uh-oh. So I shoot. So I reached down and picked up the marijuana he had dropped, stuck it in my pocket, picked him up by the neck, because he was a small guy, and I'm literally dragging him as fast as I can, about 8 feet around the corner to see if she's okay, because I'm, and he's like, look, and I'm just dragging him. I got things to do here, okay? His feet are like, I'm dragging him on his heels. I turn on the corner. Here I see her drop kneeing him, okay? She apparently had threw him on the ground, kind of tackled him, and then she came down with her knee to cuff him, and we learned that you put your knee on the small of the back to hold him down. Well, sometimes we get a little extra, a little higher up on the backbone, we get into the ribs, and you get, if you hear this, oh, you're good, okay? Gets their mind off resisting when they lose a little bit of their breath. So I come out of the car, I see her do the drop knee, and I'm looking, and she just kind of, get your hands behind your back. Whoa, So then she picks up some marijuana that he had. So I look at her, she looks at me, and goes, what's going on? I don't know. Okay, so it was one of those moments where, oh, that was pretty good. So we walk over to the car, we get some evidence bags out, and she puts her evidence, I put my evidence, we got the names and everything, so we're doing that. Nothing was said. We have no cages, so she sat in the back seat behind me, where these guys are over here. We drive back to the station, and put them on the bench and everything, and then I'm like, this is pretty good, man, because I never was a female before. I don't know what to compare it to, Wow, that was awesome. Okay, so then, we have to tell our supervisor. He comes out, what happened? We told him. I said, okay, fine. And I thought, well, maybe she's going to tell him that she drop kneed him or something. You're authorized to do that, but sometimes you don't want to do too many of those, because then they think, well, maybe you're being too brutal. Again, believe me, this is not, police work's not fun. It's not, Anyway, no, she just says, no, I just put him to the ground and cuffed him. Okay, good. She can lie a little bit. Excellent. A little bit of larceny in everybody, okay? Anyway, not just he lies, just not telling the whole truth. Does that make sense? Anyway, disregard I said that. So that's pretty good. So we booked them in, and then we had our own time. We didn't have to listen to the radio like in the old days where you couldn't eat. You had to eat on a hood. I said, let's go get something to eat. So, okay, so we go to some place, or it was like a Sizzler or something. We went in there and we ordered some food, and we sat in the back, and we're eating. Nothing was said. Get back in the car, and and then she's just sitting there, and I just thought I needed to say something because I never worked with a female. I go, hey, that was pretty good. She goes, thanks. I said, I want you to know I was worried about you for about 10 seconds. And she goes, you were? I said, till I saw what you can do. She goes, I don't want you to worry about me. I'll take care of myself. I said, that's pretty good. Okay, so now we're working every day. Well, you know, we're off a couple days a week. And I tell you, man, for not wanting a female, couldn't have given me a better person and female that could have had. Okay, 12 months we worked together. Okay, partners every night. And then 11th half month or something, I come in. Sergeant goes, hey, see you for a second? Okay, well, what's going on? He says, you're gonna lose your partner. What? Okay, now I had the same reaction to him as I had when I got her. I go, what are you talking about? You know, because we just started to gel. It's already been a year. He goes, well, here's the thing. We got a lot of new guys in here, and now she's top dog along with you, so I need her to teach another one. Now and they promoted her. I need to make her, she's a gang training officer, but she's a gang expert to teach new guys, and you need to teach new guys. Man, you guys are cold-blooded, man. I want to keep her. Oh, you can't keep her. You know. All right. Yeah, I was pissed off. So there's a unique thing that happened there. Really weird. From one day to the other. And that was my first lady officer. And, you know, she went on to make detective and go to narcotics. She retired as top set detective. So very, very sharp lady. Very sharp. We keep in contact to this day. You know. So it's really nice. But interesting how that all worked out. First I don't want her, and then I screamed because they had taken away from me. That was pretty nice. Anyway, and as a side note, let me tell you, I used to go teach. My wife was a teacher, and I went to one of her classes, 2nd grade. And as a thank you, they all made like thank you cards because I passed around bullets and gave out some baseball cards and just showed them the gun, ooh, you know, and handcuffed a couple of kids. I think I might have handcuffed the teacher to one of the children. I mean, it was kind of fun stuff. Okay, so they all sending me thank you notes. Well, one little kid, 2 years, I think it's 2nd grade, right? Oh, 3rd grade. She writes a piece of paper, makes a drawing, you know, of a police car. I think it was a police car, and then myself, my wife, and my partner, who's I told the girls that, you know, have a lady partner. Ooh, you know, and then what did he put above my wife's thing? Leave my husband alone. He's married. Something like that. Something pretty close to that. I'm going, what? Can you imagine the thought of a 3-year-old? He's already thinking that I'm messing around with a female officer. Come on, okay? It was funny. We laughed about that. Oh my gosh, stay away from my husband. He's married or something like that. Stay away from him. That was pretty interesting. So anyway, a little side note about what kids think at the time. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this story. We'll see you later. Bye-bye.